Dear students, welcome one more time for our class, and today we are going to share the knowledge lecture for the research methods and skills class, the second topic, which is actually the research ethics. Well, the very interesting section, right? Because as you know, we consider when we're thinking about ethics, ethics is something like regarding we can say the culture, right? Regarding the some ethics of, for example, having a breakfast or having when you wear clothing. But actually, even in a research world, we do have an ethics, and this ethics is that much important for you in order to make a high quality research. Unfortunately, most of the scholars, they still don't have a certain, we can say, knowledge about what is the ethics, and they are we can say breaking the rules of the making a proper high quality research. That's why there is a high percentage of the plagiarism issues are happening globally. There is a high percentage of copyright issues are happening. But in general, before moving on to certain issues of the how to do a research, let me share with you the what is actually ethics, why we need to know the ethics, and to what extent the ethics are important in our life, in our to do a high quality research. So the agenda for today's class, we will be sharing with you the ethics in general, and then the principles we will be also sharing with you, the plagiarism issues, which is very, we can say, the hot topic nowadays, especially after all these AI techniques, ChatGPT, we can say Quiltbot, Grammarly, all those AI techniques appeared in our life. So we need to focus clearly for this section as well. And then the last section is discussion is gonna be, we can say, discussion gonna be online, definitely not offline. We are meeting with you during the class. We can make a more discussion. All right. Well, what is research ethic actually? Let me share you something. Ethics are actually the set of regulations. That is a general concept. The general concept which applies everywhere. We do have some ethics while we're having a breakfast. We do have some set of regulations while we are driving a car. And the same applies. We do have some set of rules while we are writing an article, while we are doing a research. Actually, this set of rules will manage, we can say, kinda will show us the right way, how to behave, how to act, how to we can say respond to the certain situations. That is a set of regulations. In the research cases, it is a set of the ethical guidelines that guides us how scientific research should be conducted, and it has to be published. So there are some guidelines, okay? We can say when we are writing a paper, there are some guidelines of the how we have to collect the data, ethical guidelines, how we have to interpret the data, how we have to present the data, right? There shouldn't be any kind of artificial information, there shouldn't be any kind of misleading data sets, all right? So, and that we shouldn't copy our research from others' work and showing it as we are who did this research. So these are the very general and very basic guidelines which every researcher, including you as a student, should know about it before starting doing any kind of research. Doesn't matter whether you write a thesis, whether you write a piece of article, or whether you write a short review. It doesn't matter. We have to be aware of these guidelines, okay? So in general, ethics is defined here to be the ethics of the planning, all right, the conducting and reporting of research. It's clear that research ethics should include what they have to include. They have to include protection of human and animal subjects. So that means during our research, we shouldn't harm any kind of animal. Our research shouldn't harm any human. we have to protect, so it shouldn't be against the human rights. Some fields, like include, for example, the social field, like economics, doesn't cover the human behaviors and animals, right? In that case, this research has to be solely conducted, right? If your research doesn't involve the human or animal, so it has to be solely conducted. So your main objectives are going to be the data sets, right? The surveys, analysis. So it has to be solely conducted using the certain questionnaires, using a clear data, we can say the surveys, not changing the answers of the respondents during the interview. So this is considered as well the one of the guidelines that we have to follow, even though we not using the fake answers. The most important case for the social science that we are facing, showing to being honest with your results, with your analyze section, and so on. As it's also mentioned here, collection, use, interpretation of the research data, methods for reporting and reviewing research plans or findings, they have to be solely clear, honest. Relationships among researchers with one another has to be also very friendly. There shouldn't be any kind of, we can say, the enemy kind of relationship or kind of conflicts that can impact on the research process, and even such kind of cases might worsen the publication process of the very high quality research. So this is general. In general cases, they are the guidelines that the researchers work independently, solely, and they are honest with the answers, with the respondents, the surveys. The data is not a fake, and it's from the valuable, we can say, the reliable sources. This is, you have to know, dear students, before doing any kind of research. The research objectives, when we are doing any kind of research, is the most important thing, that we have to protect human participants, as we say. The second objective is that to make sure that the research is directed, so it is actually connected with a certain problem. It's not just for fun. We are doing the research in order to give a solution to a certain issue. The third objective is it is actually reliable, right? It can actually give the protect the privacy, and can control the risk. These are the main objectives before doing any kind of research, that you have to be clear with yourself, that you are well focused, goal oriented, that you have you are doing this research in order to give a solution to certain area or certain field or certain problem in the society. All right, let's move on with the principles of research. So there are some principles of the research that we have to know. These are the research has to be systematic, as we say. The research has to achieve its objective at the end. For example, you're spending 1 month, 2 months, or maximum of 1 year time. At the end, your research is not systematic. It's not connected to each other. It doesn't have those steps that we share it with you, right? And at the end, it's not solving any problem. It's not giving you any solution. It's not giving you a certain kind of we can say, the findings are not even reliable. So that means research didn't achieve anything. That you just wasted your time, maximum 1 year, for example. So it has a principles that we have to follow. We have to know before doing any kind of research. These are the honesty, integrity, objective, efficiency, and confidentiality. These are we can say, the very, very short principles of any kind of research. Ethical principles, and we can say the ethical principles plus in general, they are all together, are represented in this diagram. We can see the privacy, we can see the competence, because nowadays there are a lot of research have been done globally, and we need to do very strongly competent research. It has to be responsible for the problem they are raising. It has to be honest with the data set. It has to definitely give a beneficence to the society. These are the main principles that is mentioned in these diagrams. All right, advantages of research ethics. Definitely there are a lot of advantages that we follow the research ethics there, because it promotes the aim of the research and it increases the trust among the researchers. It actually promote the social and moral values. There are several advantages, which it's countless even to say all of them. Let's focus, because we have a very shortage of time. During our discussions during the class, we can focus also limitations of any kind of research, because we might have some limitations due to the data sets, due to the techniques, and due to the definitely time zone. We might have some limitations of the research. All right, plagiarism issues I would like to mention. Nowadays, very hot topic, right? What is plagiarism in general? Is presenting work of ideas from another source as it is your own. So this is considered as a plagiarism, that you are not giving any citation, you are not giving any source, and that you are presenting that it's like yours. That is a plagiarism, and it is considered one of the hugest, we can say, crime in research. Please don't fall to plagiarism. So, and this plagiarism is also considered one of the main issues of the research. Nowadays, a lot of scholars are doing this blindly. This is a crime. Please, students, you need to be aware of this issue. For the successful future, it takes time. It's never fast. It takes time. By time, you do from your mistakes a lot of cases, and this is how you will be successful researcher in the future. Thank you so much for your attention. We had a very, very short and brief time, so that's why I tried to keep it very short. And during the discussion situation, we will discuss again in the classes. Thank you. Bye-bye.